Hey there guys, D-Licious here, and today, another new series has been started. First things first is the game in the background is Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, and also I'm gonna be terrible. I'm either really good or terrible at this game. I vary like every other game. It's honestly, sometimes I'll be able to get an all pace, sometimes I just, like I do in this video, you'll see me miss loads of shots later. Anyway. That's not the point of this video. The video here is a rant, I guess. Maybe not a rant as such, but we'll see. I think quite a few videos in this series will be, so I'm going to start off quite tame. I'm going to aim to not call specific people out unless I feel that I need to. But for now, this one doesn't include any specific people. Just a sort of a group of, not even a group, but an amount of people who seem to not quite understand how money works, and I'm not doing this to have a go at them. If anything, they should take, or we should all take this, including myself, as more of an informative video. The concept about what I'm talking about today is money. The Mars 1 project, for example, is the best example I can think of. People say, oh, this is X billion dollars of taxpayers' money wasted. And this is where the thing comes in. So if I went down to the shops, bought some eggs, and then threw them on the floor randomly, yeah, that probably would be wasting them. I doubt I have a good reason for that, but I might do, but I highly doubt it. But the thing is, with funding the Mars 1 project, for example, because it's just the first thing that comes to my mind, money doesn't get to the government and then just stop. That is not a thing that happens. What happens is the money is reinvested into the economy. Obviously some money is damaged or lost, and we are always printing more money basically. But for the sake of this video, we'll keep it simple. This money is circulated, for example. So let's start with where the money comes from for the average person. Your paycheck. I'm going to act as an adult here who has a job. So you get the money from your paycheck, and if you're 18 plus in the UK and earning above a certain amount, you pay income tax, which is basically X amount of, I think it's around 20% at the minute. That might be a bit high. That might be VAT that I'm thinking of. But basically, a certain percentage of what you earn goes to the government. And this money is then used to help fund projects to make the country better. For example, or ones that would provide adequate, not even research, but adequate reason. So the Mars 1 projects, researching Mars, getting to Mars, making sure human life can carry on if this planet does ever go. And we have ruined it in some areas, well, most of it. But anyway, yeah. So the point is, when it gets to them, this is where it goes weird. Think of it like me earlier as buying the eggs from a shop. Those eggs I get, but the money goes to the shopkeeper, and then they have a part of that money to circulate around. So they could then say, if it was a cell phone shop, again, I'm going to make this really simple, they could take X amount of the cash register, as long as they declared it with their taxes and everything, and say, I'm going to spend £20 on, I don't know, a new bicycle helmet. And that's fine, they can do that. That is essentially what's happening with the government, except the £20 that shopkeeper took out, it's basically the exact same, but it's £2 for the government. And admittedly, this is over millions of people, so it's not just £2, but you get the idea. So what's happening is the money will go into the government. I'm going to word some of these things horribly, be aware. And the money doesn't just stop, it doesn't vanish, it doesn't get melted down into anything, or at least in very rare situations. It is literally recycled. It is constantly going in a loop. The government, as opposed to buying a bicycle helmet, will fund research for, I don't know, let's say the Apollo program, even though that was ages ago and I'm really jumping between time zones. By the way, Let's say they're doing that. And that will literally be them giving money to that company. That is essentially what it is. The thing with governments is most of the businesses they deal with are, I believe they're called private businesses. I mean, I'm not entirely 100% sure, but basically it's not going to be a company that everyone uses, if you know what I mean. Like Tesco in England, it's not that sort of company. It's a more, like I say, I guess private, a more government company. But then those companies will, one, give their taxes back to the government so they can spend it elsewhere, and those companies will then spend their own money. Like, they might go to Tesco's. Like, seriously, I don't know, Elon Musk might go to Tesco's. Part of his money will go into Tesco's, part of it will go into tax, and then it will just carry on in that loop. Just, right, again, this has been a really stupid video, because this is, I have not collected my thoughts at all before doing this. I've been weird times lately. The main thing to get out of this, if you get anything, is that, for example, let's say a rocket crashes, which has happened a lot, obviously, especially with SpaceX, but they landed, so well done to them. That's absolutely amazing. Different video on why that's good, maybe. But the fact is, money doesn't just go out, it's recycled. If a rocket crashes, you don't say, oh, that was $3 million wasted, because that 3 million, this is a very cheap rocket, that 3 million will have been put into other things. So they would have had to have bought the steel, for example, for the rocket. That would have gone into the steel industry. The owner of that company and the workers there would have had some of that money that was paid to them paid back as tax to the government, and some of the money would just go into Tesco's, because I don't know, I'm going to keep using Tesco's, because that's how money works. It's constantly being recycled. It's always going, it's not a full singular loop, there are multiple split off paths, but it is technically a loop. That's what you need to remember. It's not money wasted, the money is going straight back into the economy. So that 3 million they spent on the rocket, again, very cheap rocket, that was used to buy things. So that money is instantly gone somewhere. They don't just smoke it, they don't just put it on their fireplaces. That is what they do with it. It's recycled. That's the main point of this video. I don't want to overcomplicate it, because, like I said, I'm not an economic expert. This is just how I understand things, so this might be wrong, but I'm pretty confident in this. So yeah, just remember that, okay? This isn't like having a go at anyone. This is just a more informative video than a rant, so we'll see. But this series should contain some videos of things that I get annoyed at. Anyway, I understand this has been, again, a much longer video than I would have wanted. This has been D-Licious in Thrust We Trust. I'm very sorry about my organisation. See you later.